The all-new Google Fitbit Air is here. It costs $99, much cheaper than the Whoop 5.0, the Amazfits, all these other devices that are coming out. It's a screenless wearable that's great for wearing to sleep. Today, I'm going to share all the newest details on what's new, the things you should know about it. And if you have any questions, comment them down below because I'm going to get this device hopefully next week and be able to start testing it. Let's get into it. Now, the first thing to know is it only costs $99. There is no subscription required, but if you do want to purchase the subscription, it's going to be $9.99. They do have some deals going on where you'll get 3 months of Google Health Premium for free when you first purchase it. But the Fitbit app will be turning into Google Health, and the Google Health Premium is $9.99 or $99 per year. And it works on Android and iOS. The Fitbit Air will be compatible with both devices, but the Google Pixel Watch 4, which I wish is still Android only. And if you have the original Fitbit app, this will be turning into the Google Health app on May 19th, and the device launches May 26th. Now, in terms of pricing, if you do not purchase the subscription, you will get a base, which is just activity tracking, sleep tracking, health and wellness logging, which is really nice. But if you upgrade to the $9.99 per month or $99 per year, you'll get the premium plan, which now gets you the ability to ask the coach stuff. You get adaptive fitness plans, detailed sleep insights. So there's more coaching, and you're using Gemini to help power the health coach. You can upload your medical record summaries. There's a workout library, mindfulness stuff, so all the extra premium stuff, which you get to test for the first 3 months if you purchase the device. Now, in terms of price, how does it compare to the Pixel Watch 4 and the other Fitbit Charge 6? Well, it's $9.99. There's a Stephen Curry. I don't even know his name, the NBA player. This is embarrassing. I don't watch sports. It's $129. There's a Pixel Watch 4, which is $309. So you could buy 3 Fitbit Airs for the price of 1 Pixel Watch 4. And then the Fitbit Charge 6, which is $119. And these two devices here are compatible with Android iOS. The Pixel Watch 4 is not. You can see kind of the dimension differences here and the materials that they're made of. It's screenless, whereas the other devices are either AMOLED and they have the Actua 360 display. The Fitbit Air has 7 days of battery life, whereas the watch is only 40 hours. They're all designed for Google Health and Android and iOS compatible except for the watch. And it does require a phone, so it connects via Bluetooth to send all the data. So I think this is a steal. In comparison to the Whoop, which could be $18 to $30 a month, within like 3 to 4 months, this will be cheaper if you don't have that premium plan. And there are, I think, word that the Google One might integrate the Google Health Premium as well within that. So if you're using Google Drive and all that other stuff, it might be included in that certain tier that you have. And if you're not using the coaching and the question asking, you might not need that stuff. If you just want basic health and wellness tracking, this could be a great start. But another question is, what other hardware benefits are you getting with the Fitbit Air? Now, it's going to track all the things like steps, readiness, sleep scores. You can do outdoor activities and use your phone's GPS on Android or iOS. You can upload medical records. It gets you trends over time. There's built-in 24/7 heart rate tracking, just like the Whoop. It does heart rate, steps, active zone minutes, calories burned, auto detection of workouts. We'll have to see how good the auto detection actually is. SpO2, oxygen levels, heart rate variability, breathing rate, skin temperature, and resting heart rate. So that's going to be actually very helpful to see if you're getting sick, or cycle tracking, pregnancy tracking. They didn't mention pregnancy, but they did mention cycle tracking. There is AFib as well. So it's doing that passively. And then obviously sleep score, sleep stages, which we'll have to see how that compares with all the other wearables. Google obviously does mention that your data is meant to be encrypted. They don't want to use that information to sell ads and things like that. Obviously, none of us want to see that. It's like, I'm not working out and it starts recommending me fitness equipment. I don't want it to use that information against me. Now, in terms of the colors and the bands, they're interchangeable bands. There's a little pod that you can pull out and swap out the bands. There's 3 different kinds of bands. We have the performance band in these 4 colors, kind of like a blue, black, red, and green. The active band in a purple, black, red, and finally the elevated band, so maybe for special occasions, in a white, black, and blue. Obviously, they have specific, unique names for that, but I don't want to use those. I'm just going to use the basic colors. Okay, cool. What about the software? The Google Health app, Google Health Premium. What are the cool things that we can do within the app that's going to provide us extra value other than just the hardware? Well, just like Apple Health, which you can upload medical records to, you can log into like your Kaiser Permanente, your doctor's office, and it'll pull your vaccines, medical records, things like that into the Apple Health app. Google Health will now support that. So that's very exciting. You can get some simplified summaries of medical records, ask questions on Gemini. That's the one thing that Apple does not have the ability to ask questions on these medical records. You can integrate not only the Fitbit, but also the Pixel Watch. I'm going to be curious how this works, especially if I'm mainly an iOS user and I connect the Fitbit Air to my iPhone, and then I have my Pixel Watch connected to an Android. How is that all going to work if I have 2 different phones, 2 different devices, and it's all the same account? Will that still work? I wish I could connect my Pixel Watch to my iPhone. That's a big ask. I would love to see that. But it's not just those two wearables. You can also connect other apps, be able to track activities from other fitness and wellness apps like Strava and hopefully Garmin and other things, because it'd be really interesting to see if I can use the Fitbit Air for like all day tracking and then my Garmin for GPS tracking, not have to bring my phone. And lastly, you can sync your smart scales glucose monitors like Abbott's Lingo or maybe Dexcom Stello. I would love to see that and much more. I have the lifting scale and I want to just automatically input my body weight into the Google Health app like it does Apple Health. We'll have to see. And then the premium version gives you health coaching. So it's called Google Health Coaching. You can ask it questions like, oh, why is my sleep off during my period? It'll give you, insights based on that. Try magnesium-rich foods like spinach or pumpkin seeds. I think that's so valuable that you can ask it that type of information. Now, my biggest question is, obviously, it's based on Gemini. It's not medical advice, but how accurate is it going to be? I bet there's a lot of people already who upload their medical information to ChatGPT, Grok, Claude, and Gemini. So it's just another way to easily be able to ask questions without having to upload anything, and the data is already there. You can see this is kind of what the sleep tracking is going to look like with a fragmented night of sleep. So it's not just wellness, but you can get personalized plans like, hey, I'm traveling and I don't have access to a gym. It'll update your fitness training programs, gives you AI-powered coach to like tell you what to do. This might kill every AI-powered fitness app out there if I could just get workouts. And then it's easy to follow the workout on my watch. I would love to see that integration. Like I use Runna for working out, and the run workouts are tied to my watch, and it gives me intervals, times, duration, mileage, all that stuff, live updates as I'm running. So I hope that Google Health can do that too. It gives you insights around your recovery, your sleep scores, sleep duration over a period of time. You can ask it questions too. You can stay in tune with your cycle if you're a female, and then you can see HRV trends. So I think there's a lot of really interesting stuff that's going to come out of this. And one thing they did not mention is I know I have friends who use like ChatGPT. They'll take a photo of their meal and upload that for like food logging. But now with Google Health and powered by Gemini, you can log your food by using photos. So you can just tell it what you ate or send a photo, and you can use that for daily logging of your macros. You can get your health metrics, vitals, medical records, lab results, allergies, medications, all in one place. So here's how the food logging actually works. You just go ahead and take a photo. You snap it right within the app. I do think that there's just too many taps right now. I'd love to see this to be easier. You can say, I ate this for breakfast at 9. I would assume that it infers it means 9 a.m. Boom, it gives you the calories, the protein, grams, carbs, and fats, done. Like if I'm able to log food that easily within the Google Health app, this might destroy every single food logging, meal logging app out there, because then it can correlate with all my recovery and sleep fitness data. And then in terms of medical records, this is here, you can Google Health app, you can add your medical records, you'll search by provider. Obviously, I think this is US only at first. There might be other countries coming soon. You enter in your personal details, and then you log into your health provider. And all that information and data will then be sent to Google Health, which this works in Apple Health as well. I've done this with my past data. And then now I can ask Gemini questions about my health data. And one thing to note is the Fitbit app, if you already have it, you already have an account, it's going to turn into Google Health on May 19th. So that's going to be refreshed. It's going to be a new screen, new name, and it's going to integrate with Apple Health. So it'll be able to read your steps. You can send all of your Apple Health data to the Fitbit app, which I think is really interesting. It's like Apple Health to Google Health, but then I'll be able to ask Gemini questions about my health because I can't do that in the Apple Health app. I was able to send a whole bunch of data to the Fitbit app, so it's going to be able to track all this stuff from Apple Health. So I'm excited to see how this information can actually be used without me having an Android phone. But once it does become the Google Health app, the views are going to change. You're going to have a Today tab, Fitness tab, Sleep tab, and a Health tab. You can see it gives you an overview of your overall health with steps, readiness. I want to see how it uses information from like Apple Health or other apps. I can use my Oura, 8 Sleep, maybe even my Whoop data. If you're doing an outdoor activity, you can use the GPS from your phone and then the heart rate from your Fitbit Air. Google Health gives you your sleep score, sleep duration. I would love to see like illness detection. If I have a high skin temperature, like, hey, something might be wrong, slow down. I wonder how that's going to work. And then finally, the Health tab, I guess this is where that would be. So you got blood oxygen, looks like blood pressure. I wonder if that's from other devices. Resting heart rate variability trends, heart rate, weight, and overall vitals. I think vitals is a very common thing. I would love to tap into and see what that all looks like. And this is what it's going to look like when you start a workout on your phone. You got your heart rate, cardio load, calories. It tells you what you're doing next, what's coming next, and then you can view the summary at the end and give it a rating of 1 out of 10. In terms of the sleep information, you'll be able to see sleep quality, sleep duration, each of the sleep stages. I'll definitely compare this to all the other wearables. But let me know what other questions you might have about this. And then finally, Google Health Premium, they'll give you insights based on that information. I know the Whoop will give me insights right now. It's included in that plan, and then I can ask the Whoop AI questions. So I'd be really curious to see how the recommendations, insights, as well as the question asking and Google Health Premium compare to the Whoop AI. And then the food logging that no one talked about. You can log food, log activities manually. You can just type in what you did, especially if you don't have a smart scale, being able to just type in, I logged my weight at this many pounds. Boom, done. Getting your macros for your meal from a single photo without having to do anything or download another app. Like that's going to be game changing. Why would I need another MyFitnessPal when I can just do it inside the Google Health app? I think that's very valuable, exciting, and just simplifies the process. And I can use this information to correlate it with my sleep, fitness, and activities. So I'm excited to insert my goals, track things. Obviously, I can't do cycle health tracking, but if someone wants to help me with that part of the video, let me know. And I am excited for the Google Health app to test it out. If you have any questions, comment them, subscribe to notifications, follow me on Instagram at Shervin Shares. Let me know what other things you want to know. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.